Hi and welcome along to this advanced walk. This walk will be suitable for you if you have been carrying out my intermediate walks and you're finding that they are relatively easy and you're ready for the next challenge. They'll also be good if you are used to having your heart rate quite a bit higher than normal and able to keep it there for a sustained period of time. There will be at least one quite steep incline that will really get your heart rate up. So this is a challenging walk. If you're not quite ready for this, then do check out the intermediate walks and certainly just build up to the advanced walks. So starting from the car park, you're going to walk through the chicane gate into Johns Hill Field. Now we're going to start off at our usual warm-up pace that we would do in our intermediate walk. So that's reasonably brisk. And just to be aware that we do start off on a downhill, so we're straight into that weight in the heels, bent knees position or soft knee position. And just mindful of the surface underfoot, depending on the conditions that you're walking in today, it could be a bit slidey. So go as fast as you're comfortable going on a downhill slope. You'll come to a slight fork, two tracks. You can take either. I'm going to take the one to the left hand side and carry on down the slope. Crown of the head, pull towards the sky, shoulders round, back and down as if you're trying to get the opposite shoulder into the opposite back pocket of your trousers. Keeping that core engaged so the belly button pulled gently towards the spine and the thumbs facing forward, giving us that really nice, safe walking posture. Carry on down the slope. Now this track is going to take us into Parkwood, which is a woodland, and many of these tracks are woodland trails, woodland surfaces, so they might be muddy in places. So it has challenges from all different aspects, from the fitness aspect to the terrain. So do come prepared for an outdoor, potentially muddy walk. Now you should be seeing a stone wall that will now be on your left hand side. Carry on adjacent to that wall, still maintaining those soft knees, weight into the heels. Now your heart rate shouldn't be particularly elevated at this stage. But you are walking reasonably quickly. Carry on through the gap in the wall, through into the woodland, and again we're still on that downhill slope. Are your arms swinging freely by your sides? Are you giving yourself that shoulder mobility? Now of course we want to have our chin parallel to the ground with our gaze straight ahead, but as a woodland there will be some trip hazards, so look down as necessary, as you need to, but yeah, do bear in mind that you want to try as much as possible to keep your gaze forward. Now you should be crossing a wee burn over a bridge, and we're going to carry on round, following the path round to the left. Slight incline to get up, carrying on this path. And it remains a steady, shallow incline. Well done. Now I'm walking at quite a brisk pace, so my heart rate is starting to elevate, and I'm okay with that just now. I'm quite happy with that. I don't want to push it too hard to the point where I'm panting, couldn't hold out a conversation. But I do want to keep it somewhat high because I want to challenge myself for the duration of this walk. And I would encourage you to do the same. On the scale of effort that I talk about, 1 being no effort at all, just like you've just gotten out of bed, and a 10 being absolutely exhausted on the floor, I would like you to be somewhere around a 4, but maybe a 5 at the moment. Now you have come to a fork in the road, one that goes back on itself up to the right, up a slope, but we're going to carry on round to the left. And you can see there is still a gradual incline. A lot of this is up, getting into sort of slightly higher elevation. Now as we are walking up a slope of any degree, we want to be keeping the body erect. So we want the crown of the head pulled towards the sky. You come to a fork in the path and you want to carry on straight, you want to take the right fork. So don't go to the left where the red triangles are pointing up. So you can see the red triangles on the stone. We don't want to take a left here, we want to carry on right. If you were doing this walk on your own, taking the left path would extend the walk slightly. Keeping that pace. This is a real fitness walk today. This is one that's going to improve your cardiovascular system, really keep the heart and the lungs healthy. Now of course, if you need to pull back at any time because you feel that this is too much, of course you can. And if I'm moving too fast for you, then you just pause until you catch up. So staying round about a 5 on that scale of effort. Starting to descend now slightly, downward slope. Now I've picked a day, just coming into autumn, a fair few leaves on the ground, so I just want to be mindful of the surface underfoot. So I take the downhills slightly slower, so I'll back off a wee bit just for safety. Now you come to a wee junction and we're going to go round to the right. Now this is where the intensity picks up. This is going to be quite an incline and it's going to end with a bit of a pulse raiser. So let's carry on at this pace. Body is pulled up, turning the head towards the sky. Now you're going to hear my heart rate elevate here. You're going to hear me breathing a bit heavier. I want you thinking about that gentle heel strike on the ground, roll through the foot and push off the toes, because that really is going to add to the intensity on this walk. Again, just be aware of your safety first. As you can see down to the left, there's a bit of a sharp drop. So always making sure that your safety is paramount. Keep going. Now my heart rate is definitely up around the 6 at the moment, and it doesn't stop there. Keep going round this wee bend. Oh, yeah, I can feel that, can you? Keep going round the bend. Going to be faced with quite a steep slope and a wee set of steps. Now if you can want to take the wee steps, just wee makeshift steps, you can. Still going to get your heart rate up, but if you can, let's go into this slope. Body upright, pushing off the toes. Now you're going to slow right down for this. That's alright, we're still getting a lot of intensity here. Oh my goodness, I can feel that, can you? Keep going. It's not a long slope, it's not a long incline, but it is intense. So my heart rate on that scale of effort, you can hear, find it a wee bit more challenging to carry out a conversation. Not impossible, but challenging. Definitely couldn't sing you a song. Not that you'd want me to. And it levelled out a wee bit. Right, now, let's pull back a wee bit. Let's recover. Let's get our breath back. You might want to take some nice big deep breaths. In through the nose, fill that belly, and then release slowly out through the nose or the mouth. Oh, that was good. Right, let's take a wee minute just to stop. Catch your breath, but if for no other reason, just to appreciate this stunning view of the lochs. Oh my goodness. Yeah, can you feel your heart rate? Should be hammering. Your heart should be hammering in your chest. Well done. So that was definitely the hardest part of this walk. Definitely the most challenging part. So there won't be any more like that on this walk. You'll be glad to know, unless you want to do it again. But you can. Oh, what a view. Just take the time, relax your shoulders, relax your tummy muscles even. Nice big deep breaths. Slowly in, expand that stomach, imagine it's a balloon. Breathing down into the pelvic floor, into the back, into the sides. And when you're ready, slowly let it all out. Do that another couple of times. Heart rate should have come back down now. You should be finding it easy to have a conversation. And when you're ready, let's carry on. So here we are, onto a downward slope. Quite a steep downward slope, so slow this right down. Weight in the heels, soft knees. It's a bit of a scree surface, so definitely a slip hazard. So that's why we want to take 3 baby steps down here. But maintaining your good posture. Shoulders back, core engaged. Excellent, well done. Oh, how do you feel now? You feel good? There's nothing like getting out into the countryside. I do love a woodland walk. And if it's got views like this, all the better. Let's carry on downhill. How are your arms? Swinging nice and naturally by your sides. Thumbs pointed forwards. Keep going. This can be a challenge for the knees. If you do have pain in your knees, then maybe you want to sort of visit some exercises that can help strengthen the glutes, lengthen some of the other muscles that can add to knee pain. And maybe you want to check out my Nordic walking tutorial about how the poles can help to take the pressure out of the ankles, the knees and the hips. But there certainly are things that we can do to ease knee pain and make our walk more comfortable. But if you are finding that it's a real struggle and these downward slopes and upward slopes are a particular challenge for you, then yeah, I would definitely advise going back a bit to the intermediate walks and definitely seek some guidance on how you can start to solve that knee pain. But hopefully you're all good and we can carry on pain free. Core still engaged, still got that soft knee. And again, just being aware that there are a few steep drops off here down to the left. And if you look down to the left, you'll see the path that we actually started on, which we're just about to join again. So we've done a wee extra loop just to get that intensity up. Now we're still at a moderate pace here, the heart isn't particularly elevated just now. We're still just trying to be cautious, be safe. But we can still make sure that our posture is correct. Wonderful, well done. Now you can see that we're just about to join the path that we started on. So you're going to keep round here to the right. You will see this path again later on the way back to the car park. But not before we do a nice wee circuit through the woodland. As before, wee slope coming up. You can see it goes up there to the left, but we want to carry on round to the right, as we did before. Now we can start to take that intensity up again. Let's try to get round a 5 on that scale of effort, shall we? So, pulling the crown of the head up towards the sky. All these wee reminders just help you to develop that habit. And that's my job for you on these sessions, just to help you to develop these good postural habits. Core's engaged. Gentle heel strike as we roll through the foot, push off the toe. Now as we push off the toe, we're bringing that hip, each hip into extension. So bringing the leg behind the body, bringing the hip into extension. And the muscles, the predominant muscle that does that is the glute max. That big meaty muscle on your bum. So every time we go into that hip extension and drive off that toe, we're contracting the glutes. So I would encourage you to try and feel that contraction. Make that mind-muscle connection so that we know that the glutes are working, they're switched on, they're doing their job, and other muscles aren't overtaking that. Right, this time we're not going to do that hill again. We're going to go round to the left on a slight downward slope. Carry on. You know the cues. Weight in the heels, soft knee, crown of the head towards the sky, core engaged. Keep going. So we are on a downward slope. And yes, while we do have to be safe and we have to watch for muddy conditions or slippery conditions, it's not too bad here. It's fairly shallow, so I think we're safe enough to get that intensity up, but by all means be guided by your own assessment of the situation. But I'm going to carry on pushing through my toes, and I'm going to try and get my heart rate back up a little. Swinging my arms from the shoulder. Are your thumbs pointed forwards? Are you squeezing your shoulders back? It might help to imagine my hand between your shoulders, just trying to give it a squeeze. But at the same time, we want to stay relaxed through the neck and shoulders. And that can be a challenge, to get the balance between contracting the muscles and relaxing the muscles. But it comes with practice. Great, well done. Where are you on that scale of effort? Did you manage to come to a 5? Maybe you're at a 4. Maybe you can push it a bit harder. How can you do that? You can pick up your pace, of course. You can push off your toes, change the intensity of the walk by using more muscles. So as you push off the toes, you're lengthening the stride. More muscle contraction involved. Yeah, there it goes. I can feel it now. I was slacking a bit then. And another wee downward slope to be aware of. Now, if you're going faster than me, you might be reaching landmarks like junctions before I am. And if you get there, of course you can take a break if you need to. But I would encourage you to try and keep the heart rate up by moving on the spot, whether that's a gentle march or a more vigorous march. That's up to you. I'll leave you to decide. If I am faster than you, and you find that I'm getting to landmarks before you are, then as I get to that landmark, just pause, slow me down, and catch up. Fantastic. Can we pick the pace up a wee bit more? Can we start to get a wee bit more out of breath? Could you have a conversation with ease right now? Or do you think it would be a bit laboured? You can hear that I'm a wee bit laboured. Have to pause, have a wee breath in between sentences. That's where you should be if you want to work at intensity. Superb. Can you feel that glute contraction? Every time you push off the toe, just put your awareness into your bum. Can you feel the muscles on either side squeeze as you push that leg back, or rather as you push off the toe, taking the leg back behind your body into extension? Keep going just at that pace. Try and keep that intensity. Now we've come to funny shaped junction. We've got 3 possible choices. We are going to carry on straight ahead. Again, there are options to extend this walk in many places, but for now, straight ahead for us. Carrying on the intensity. Pushing off the toes. Keeping that heart rate elevated as much as we can. Now we're never really going to get into an 8 or a 9 or a 10 on the scale, otherwise we'd effectively be into a jog or a run, but I would expect you're looking at a 6, definitely a 6, maybe a 7. And of course the fitter you get, the more relative that becomes. And what felt hard at the beginning will feel much easier. If you wanted to add intensity, again, I would advise checking out Nordic walking. The poles do add more muscles into the mix, which ups the energy that the body has to expend, and it makes it a bit more challenging. You could add some weighted vests, you could carry some hand weights. Right, as the path, sort of another wee interesting junction, we're going to carry on round to the right. And a very slight incline. Again, with intensity. Pushing through the toes. Standing tall, shoulders back. Thumbs forward. Lovely long arm swing. You should have a long arm swing. So you're reaching out for a handshake. Some people have come to discover over the years don't have an arm swing. So you really have to work hard to find it. Or maybe they have a very slight arm swing, but it's happening from the elbow rather than the shoulder. So these are all good cues to help you get into that good posture for shoulder health. Now you come to another junction, we want to carry on again round to the right. This is a fantastic woodland, and I would encourage you to come back again and explore the paths. The path reaches a wee junction where there's a track uphill to the left or slightly wider track straight ahead, sort of on the right. We today are going to go up the left and get that heart rate back up again. How's your posture? Just check in. Knees soft, weight in heels. Oh, sorry. Yeah, well, we're uphill, aren't we? Knees soft, pushing off the toes. Crown the head towards the sky. Core engaged. Now we start to see as we go uphill, the ground falls away to the right. Path becomes slippery. Maybe some leaves, some mud. Just do take care of this. Again, I'm all about safety. That's my priority for you. So yes, great to get the heart rate up, but only if you feel that it's safe to do so. But if you do, let's carry on with that push. You feel yourself leaning forward into the slope. Try to pull the head up towards the sky. Oh yeah, there it goes again. Heart rate's up. What about you? Did I not promise you there'd only be one of them? Oops. Oh well. Yep, I find it hard to have that conversation. Oh, you should be breathing heavier. Are you a 6? Maybe a 7? Carry on straight ahead. Don't take any left turns here. Oh, yeah, feeling that. That feels good. Try to breathe in through your nose. Out through your nose if you can, just to regulate your breath. We don't want to be panting or gasping, because that stimulates the body's stress system, the flight or fight. So again, keep going straight ahead, don't take any left turns here. And in order to switch that off, that stress response, we want to breathe deeply through the nose. This stimulates something called the parasympathetic nervous system, which is essentially the opposite of the flight or fight system, and it switches off that stress response. Take care on any downward slopes. We're going to start to head back down. This is where you want to slow it down. Weighten the heels this time. And just nice and slow. Get the breathing under control, get the heart rate back down. And please do watch your footing on this section. Oh, I am sweating. I feel extremely warm. And these are things that you might be feeling too, all perfectly normal. Some people feel very uncomfortable when they get that sensation of feeling warm or warmer. Some people feel uncomfortable when they feel their chest or their heart hammering in their chest. These are all normal responses to increased intensity. However, of course, check it out with your medical provider to make sure that you're safe to undertake a session like this. We don't want you to get to a place where you feel dizzy or feel nausea. That would mean that you've probably pushed it a bit too far. And if that's the case, then next time maybe take it a bit easier and just build up to the intensity that I've been asking of you to do. Here we are, coming down the slope. Quite steep in places. But your heart rate, I would imagine, should be down, maybe around a 3 or 4. And as we come out off of that slope, we're going to carry on round to the left, but then it's an immediate turn to the right over this wee bridge. And we're going to pick up that intensity again. So these are great. Walking is great for finding these wee intervals of intensity because the terrain changes, the inclines change. We're asking our body to do different things at different times. Let's pick it back up again. Are you rolling through your foot, pushing off your toe, squeezing your glutes? Lovely long arm swing. The longer your stride, the longer your arm swing. The more core rotation you'll be getting. You'll be working your core harder. Carry on. Let's see if we can get it back up there. Oh, there it goes. Now we won't be long until we're back for our cool down section, but keep going, keep the pace up, and I'll tell you when we can back off. How's it feel? Feel good? What else would you have been doing today? Do you think you'll regret going for this walk? I hope not. Keep it going. a lovely woodland. Come here in May or June, early June, if you're not here at that time, and it's a lovely bluebell woodland. So another bonus of walking is that the places that we visit change through the seasons, so it just always feels like a different walk. There's something new, something interesting to see, which actually can take our mind off of the intensity, which can be a good thing. We'll pass this wee pond here on your right, heading up to this wee ruin on your left. We're going to carry on past that ruin, carrying on around the path as it curves to the right. Following it slightly uphill. Slope increases again, and as we get to the top of this wee slope, we'll carry on round to our left. You might recognise this bit, we've been here already. Round to the left. Right, more intensity. Come on, let's go. Push off your toes, roll through your feet. Keep the crown of the head up tall. What's that doing? That's switching on all the muscles up either side of your spine to hold you nice and tall. Now we're at this wee junction. You'll remember the path to the left. That's the one that took us up that first hill. Now be my guest if you want to do that again. But we are going to carry on taking the path to the right, but with intensity all the same. So you can see, even out with the scope of my guided walks, there's room to increase the intensity of your walks. And once you know how and where, you can do it any time you like. Good. Keep going, slightly downhill now. Now you can slow it down a wee bit. And we're soon going to take it into a cool down walk, where we'll just ease off of the pace, let the heart rate come down, let the breathing slow. So again, the path curves up here, this time to the right. We want to carry on the path to the left, because this is going to take us back to our starting point. And where the path branches, we're going to continue to the right. And let's just slow it right down. Let's go into our cool down walk. Give yourself a huge pat on the back. That was amazing. Lots of effort, lots of intensity, lots of calories burned, muscles contracted. Amazing. Now I've chosen probably one of my favourite conditions to walk in, and it's a rainy day, but lovely and calm and mild. And of course, if you've listened to my other walks, you know about the mindfulness opportunities that walking can present. And for me today, I'm going to take some time to appreciate the rain, so the sound, the feeling of it on my skin, and the smells, the amazing woodland smells that the rain brings. really immerse yourself in the woodland, in the sounds, in the smells, in the views. And I'm going to give you a few minutes to do that. Over the bridge as it comes to the right, and following the path. And we do still have some inclines, but we're going to take them slowly and gently. We don't have quite the same roll through the foot, we're not pushing off the toe as hard, we're slowing it down, but we still are maintaining that good posture of the head, crown of the head pulled towards the sky, and the core engaged, and the shoulders swinging freely, thumbs forward. Make your way through the wall, gap in the wall, and you're going to carry on. As we fork here, we're going to carry on round to the right. This is the path that we came down at the beginning. The wall on your right hand side. And let's just take this nice and slow. We're at a 2 on that scale of effort. So if you were to do this 3, maybe 4 times a week, that should be a fantastic way to improve your health. To shake off physical and mental stresses that we encounter on a daily basis. So we're still uphill, but we're still nice and slow, just enjoying the view, enjoying that sense of accomplishment. And you should just be picking up views of the car park slightly in the distance, not too far now. And as we start to come to the car park, I'd just like to say thank you for joining me today. I hope you have enjoyed it. I hope that you will consider joining me again in one of my other walks. And please feel free to get in touch. Any questions or queries, and I'll do my best to help you. So please enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on the next walk. Bye.